Hey, and welcome to another IGTV episode. My name is Julian, and I teach people how to master their inner world. And in this episode, we're going to talk about resistance and why it is the one thing that is basically standing between you having inner peace inside of yourself, being relaxed, having no stress, and also standing in between your dreams, manifesting the life that you want. So resistance is where you're using energy to resist something. And this can be any kind of thing. It can be something internal and it can be something that is happening external. So usually it happens when there's a certain situation. Maybe there's a conflict at your job, or you have a problem with your partner, or whatever it is. The weather is shit. So you could say the weather is shit and then you are resisting it, right? You're saying, why is it raining? Every time it's raining when I want to go to the beach. And I was just imagining myself laying on the beach and now it's raining, so I can't go to the beach. And then you feel that inner resistance. Or maybe somebody cut you off in traffic and you're cursing at that person. You're saying like, why do all these idiots drive this bad, or whatever it is, right? And that's where you have resistance, internal resistance. You always do it to yourself. It's not that thing that caused you that pain. It's basically you are doing it. And once you see that more, that you are doing it, that's where you can change it. Because the external things don't actually cause it. The external thing doesn't mean something by itself. It's just that somebody cut you off, right? It's just something that happened and it doesn't have doesn't have a meaning by itself. We give the meaning to things in life. So how can you get rid of that resistance? How can you stop being so stressed when something happens in your life? The key to this is to change the meaning of the event that you are perceiving. So instead of saying the weather is shit, that's my life is over, I wanted to go to the beach, you can now think of reasons for yourself why this is of benefit to you. Oh, now you get to read a book, and maybe that was the best choice today, to read a book inside and to sit and have a conversation with your friends inside, or whatever it is. You can find reasons in every situation of why this situation is benefiting you, and then you reframe the whole thing, and you basically put a different meaning on an event that at first maybe felt like it was bad for you. And you can do this with everything. Situations don't mean something by themselves. They only mean something because you give the meaning to things. And normally you do this on autopilot. And you have been given meanings about things ever since you were a kid, right? In school they said this means this. But you can decide what things mean. That's our power as human beings. We can decide what things mean. And by changing the meaning of things, we can stop resisting them. And if we stop resisting them, we start flowing with them. We start flowing in life. When you stop resisting to everything that's happening in life, you start flowing more. So this is what you can do. You can change the meaning to stop resisting things. But it doesn't stop with situations. It's also when you have a feeling. So let's say some situation happened and you still have like an angry feeling because of something, right? Maybe your partner cheated on you, or whatever it is, right? Like a very strong emotion. And you try to give it a good meaning, okay, well, now I know that that person is not the right one for me, or whatever it is. And yeah, but you can try to give that meaning, and that helps, and try to find all the benefits that why it's helping you. But it's also very key that you feel that feeling and don't push that feeling away. And that feeling will be there. It won't be gone immediately when you try to change the meaning. You have to keep working on that for yourself. So when you have that feeling, usually when we have bad feelings, you try to push those feelings away. But you can also change the meaning of the feeling, because the reason you would want to push a feeling away is because you label it as bad. You label the feeling as being bad for you. But you can also label the feeling a different way. You can say, oh, I'm growing. Oh, I'm finding something out about myself. Oh, I'm learning to deal more with these kinds of situations. Whatever it is, you can find a meaning to change how you think about that feeling, and so that that feeling will start to shift. Because you're feeling that feeling because you now think that it's good for you. You make it good for you because you change the meaning. It's helping you now, this feeling. So why not feel it, right? So then you feel the feeling, and by changing the meaning of the feeling and feeling the feeling itself, the feeling will change and your state will shift, which in turn has an effect on the reality you experience and has an effect on the way you feel, the way you think, the actions you take, everything. So this is the way you can change the meaning of things and also remove that resistance. Remove that resistance about a situation, but then also remove that resistance about the feeling that you experience because of a certain situation or because of a certain thought you have or because of just the feeling coming up. You can finally be more in control because you're no longer a victim of these things, because you determine meaning. You can determine the meaning of things, and by doing that you gain back control over your life and you start flowing with things. You start flowing with everything that's happening inside of you, and you start flowing with everything that's happening outside of you. So next time there's a situation, change the meaning of the situation, find the benefits. And the feeling itself that you have, don't try to push it away. See why you are thinking this is bad. Like, there is a meaning that you gave to this feeling. Change the meaning of the feeling and start flowing with those things. Alright, that was the episode for today. I hope you liked it. Please give it a like, please give it a comment, and spread the word about my IGTV channel, and I'll speak to you soon.